Hi, good morning. So I'm here to talk today about what RecycLA is doing to improve green waste and the environment. Okay, so the RecycLA program is 7 waste haulers, they're service providers, who handle solid waste and green waste throughout the city, which is divided into 11 zones. So they each have their own zones. A zone has 1 provider, total of 7 providers. Okay, so why is RecycLA needed? Well, there's quite a number of reasons specific to this program, in fact. Landfills are going away. They're frequently closing. They're not getting the kind of use that they used to have, and we're not using them as much for green waste in the future. They produce a lot of greenhouse gas. They're one of the most significant sources of greenhouse gas and methane. And so we need to reduce those and improve air quality. We needed modern equipment and cleaner fuel trucks. The trucks that we are requiring as part of this program have IT that allows us to track where they have been, and it also has they're also CNG fueled, compressed natural gas, which means that instead of spewing diesel fumes as the old trucks did, they're now going to be much cleaner. And there's a lot of improved working conditions for the people who are actually working in those industries. It's a very dangerous industry, and their conditions are being improved by this program. We need to increase the recycling out there. We simply need to. There's a number of goals to do this, and the franchisees, the service providers, are required to reduce 1 million tons out of landfills by 2025. So that's 7 years from now. They're going to take 1 million tons, approximately a third of the waste that they collect between now and then. They are providing a blue bin to all the commercial and multifamily customers. They're also providing green bins upon request, and previously this wasn't available for everybody. So that's going to be a big improvement. They also have partnered with food rescue and reuse organizations, and they're providing them with financial support. Okay, so there's a number of mandates. They've already been gone over, so I won't go through most of them. But among other ones, in the city of Los Angeles, we have commercial mandates for our solid waste. We're required to reduce to increase recycling to 90% by 2025 and 95% by 2035. Well, can we make these mandates? Currently, the city is already recycling at 76%, which is not bad. But that's prior to the introduction of recycling in the commercial sector. Prior to the system, there was no system to meet the other mandates that are listed. To do this, again, and meet the 90% requirement, we're going to have to reduce 90% of our, or in other words, by 1 million tons annually. So our franchise is designed to do that. Organic waste. Well, what's special about organic waste? It's the second largest source of commercial waste. I'm not sure if that's what was conferred here, but anyway, it's the second largest. Paper is the largest source, but this is not much less. So it's a significant source of the waste, and it can be reduced very easily, or very well with this program. It's a significant source of greenhouse gases, as mentioned earlier. And unfortunately, organic waste requires a lot of labor. It requires a lot of labor to make it useful after it's been handled so that it can be contribute and not just go into landfills. This is an example of what's done for composting. What you see here is a lot of big, heavy, expensive equipment that's needed to handle organic waste for the composting. What you don't see is the line of people in the front making sure that there's no trash in the composting, because if you just compost the trash, what happens is everything else composts and you've got pieces of trash in it. So there is actually a lot of labor that goes into this program. Organics. Okay, well, the city of Los Angeles already composts, in fact. We compost from the residential side. And what we do with that compost, some of it is mixed with manure. We get manure from the zoo. We call it zoo doo. And they are combined and used. It makes a very nice compost mixture. It's used at city parks. It's given away to the public, and it's also sold to some large volume users. Okay, some of the innovations that are happening through the RecycLA program. Again, food waste reductions through donations. Again, a higher use. If you donate that food, don't even have to worry about recycling it. Just, Get it off to the people who actually need it. Okay. This program, the service providers are going to be providing education to residents of multifamily buildings. They're going to be providing businesses with education. They can provide business staffing with education, so people understand what is actually recyclable green waste, blue bin waste, anything like that that can actually be recycled. And there are incentives both to recycle and also disincentives to reduce waste. So the amount of green waste that is no longer going to landfills is going to be significant. And there is not enough infrastructure in the area, not just in Los Angeles, but also in the area, in the county, in the larger area, the multi-county area, to handle it, or there hasn't been. And in order to meet the city's requirements and not just take all the infrastructure from the rest of the area, there's going to be development of infrastructure. So right now, these organizations, the service providers, have agreed to use 27 facilities, and these facilities are required to meet city contractual requirements, and as part of that, we'll be certifying them. We'll be inspecting them, making sure that they meet those requirements. And then there are 13 facilities that are available for green waste and organic waste. And then, 11 of those. 13 of the facilities are going to be constructed or improved. So this is improved infrastructure in the region. So this infrastructure, it's going to add $200 million worth of infrastructure, both for these facilities and for the other work that they're doing, which is bringing building jobs to the city. It's a map of organics facilities. The yellow ones only accept food waste, but the rest of them accept food and organics waste. And you see that we have to go all over the place to be able to handle as much food and organics waste as we're anticipating. So I just want to let you know that some of the things that RecycLA provides, we're supporting food rescue organization, and they can provide contacts for your business if you want to get in touch with food rescue organizations. There's organics collection, which was not widely available in the past, but now it will be very widely available. Organics processing, again, significant increase in organics processing. There hasn't been very much. There's more now, and there's going to be a lot more in the near future. New infrastructure, just mentioned that. Education, if your staff needs to be educated on what is actually compostable and what is acceptable as an organic or food waste and what is not, they can provide that. And also other environmental improvements, cleaner trucks, less traffic from the trucks, a number of things like that. Very much.